Hi, everyone. Happy Sunday. It is another week coming up for our work weeks as web designers, and it's time for another habit for you to adopt. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Cami McNamara. I own WebCami LLC, an agency of one for web design in Seattle, Washington, and I've been in business for 24 years. I'm also the author of the Web Designer Habits newsletter that goes out every Monday that gives you one small habit to focus on for the week to help you run your business better and to just, help you keep your sanity as a web designer. So this week, what I want to talk about is AI and using AI in your business. And my habit of the week that I think that you should adopt is to create a custom GPT. Now, there are many ways to do this in other tools. So if you're not using ChatGPT, but you're using Claude or Gemini, there are ways to do that in those. And I mentioned this in my newsletter this week. But custom GPTs are a way for you to just really fine tune whatever your AI tool is doing for you and to give it more instruction on what to do and just to have a little bit more control of how it's working. So I personally, in my own business, have used the CRIT method of using ChatGPT. So that is framing a concept, giving your AI a role, then giving it very explicit instructions, and then setting the tone for how it's writing. So, and in doing so, I will upload a bunch of my own writing for it to evaluate past documents. I have used this to rewrite my proposal documents, my estimates, in creating different ways to educate my clients, whether it's like a one sheet on how to DIY their care plan services if they're not signing up. It's just a super useful tool. So I learned about it going to a workshop at a fellow colleague of mine's SEO company. And it was really just a really great tool for me to start using. I'm going to admit that ChatGPT, sometimes it's really good and sometimes I'm arguing with it because I'm constantly having to remind it to reread my instructions, but eventually it always gets it right. One of the biggest tips that I can give you about using ChatGPT or your other tools this way is if there's in ChatGPT, you start a chat and you can just continue on that chat and you can save it as a project. You can hop into that project that you're reusing over and over. And the longer they get, the slower they get. You can hop in there and say, hey, I want to turn this into a custom GPT and I want to use the CRIT method. Can you write the instructions for me? Then you fine tune them to what you really want. And then you hop over to the custom GPT section and start it. Now, what's different about the custom GPT is it's not going to keep this running thread that you continuously see. When you open it, it's like a fresh screen every time. So if you have a big conversation about something and think you're going to go back to it, that's not going to happen. Make sure you're copying what's in there out of there and into a Word document to return to later. I have custom GPTs that help me write blog posts for specific clients. That's one of the best ways that I have found to use it. And that way, every time I'm hopping in to write something for that client, I have already included things I've already written, included information about their business, included information on about how I want the blog post to help them in search results. And it's just really helped me have their blog have a very strong voice that's the same tone throughout. So anyway, it's been a tool that has been really helpful for me. I've been using it for about a year now. And I do think it's something that if you can make this into a habit, that you notice that you're asking your AI to help you with the same items over and over and over, well, how can I make this more reusable in my business and not run into those walls where you've used the same thread so long that it has a hard time answering you, and it kind of, it's like a game of telephone. And at the end, you're just not getting the results that you normally or were hoping for. So, anyway, this is AI in the best way, I think, for us as web designers, not in the scary way, but if you can embrace all the things that can help you with and not be in fear of everything it might take away from your business, I think that's a great thing to do. It's also something that you can share with your clients who are coming to you and sending you, like happens to me all the time. I will get texts from clients that is going to be detrimental to their website. And I can say, hey, let's have a meeting. I want to show you how I use ChatGPT to help me write. And then you're bringing more value to your services. Sometimes the client will just say, I don't know what I'm doing here. And after talking to you, I think I need you to help me. So keep this all in mind. And if you're not using AI in your business yet, I really encourage you to start embracing it. It can really, for me as a solopreneur, it is like my everyday, all day assistant. And I am so happy that I jumped on the bandwagon for that way back, like more than 3 years ago. And I only get better at using it. And there's always something to learn. And the more you refine your processes with it, the better the results are. And the faster life gets behind the scenes with your admin as a business owner. So again, thank you so much for listening. And if you made it this far, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. I'm really trying to grow my channel. I also have a Facebook group for web designers called WebCami Cafe. If you want to meet other web designers, please check that out. As I said before, if video isn't the best method or your best way of learning, I have a podcast where this audio will live, so you can listen to me online as well. And that's it. Sign up for my newsletter, webdesignerhabits.com. I send it out every Monday. There are some repeat habits every year because they're really core habits, but I try to introduce at least 16 new habits each year. And this is one of them for 2026. So I hope you have a great work week. It's summer. Summer's coming up. It's the time when we all break our patterns and our habits. So it's a really good time to focus. Remind yourself it's okay to take the afternoon off, but stay on your habit plan the rest of the time. All right. Have a great work week, and thank you for tuning in. I just really appreciate you listening, and I would love a like. Talk to you later.